Hi guys, welcome to Code Debugger. In this video we are going to cover event processing in Spring Boot application. So what is event processing? Event processing is a loosely coupled way of programming. There are four components are there in event processing. First one is source, second one is event, third one is listener, and fourth one is handler. So in Spring, application event publisher is acts as a source. Then we need to write the event class and we need to extend that class from the application event. The Spring IOC container itself is acts as a listener. So the handler method we need to write and we need to annotate that with @event listener. So let's start with the simple Spring Boot application and we'll see how to implement this event processing in Spring Boot application.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube bar and never miss any update from the Code Debugger.
So this is the application we are going to implement. Here we are having one auditing service, security audit service. We are having the user service. Then user service is having one register method. So that register method is like whenever any user will register successful, then what we will do, we will publish an event. Then the publisher will send that event to the IOC container. Then IOC container will send that event to the handler method. Then whenever we will get that event, then we will call a REST endpoint. Then we will send the data to the security service. So this is the controller class. If you see here we are having one register method and whenever the register got successful, we are not doing any DB call here. So we are just returning the user saved successfully. Okay. So as per the diagram, if you see, so whenever the register got successful, we need to call a publisher by passing the event, right? So what we will do now, so let's create a package for event. Okay, inside that I will create one event, let's say audit event. Okay, as I said, this has to extend from application event. Here one constructor will be there. Let me write the constructor. So constructor we need to pass the event source. Let me store that event here. Okay, so let me annotate this with @getter. So let's create a publisher, audit event publisher. Okay, so let's annotate this with @component. To publish a event, as I said, we need application event publisher, right? So let's inject that first. We need to annotate this with @autoguard. Okay, so let's write a method here, public void publish event. So this will take, let's say, string message, then it will publish a event. So what we will do, from controller we will call this publish event method and we will pass the message like the user saved successfully. After that, it will read some data from the request like the host and what is the user agent. After that, it will add this message to that object and it will send the object as an event. Okay, so let's see that. So let's create a class called log data. Okay, so this log data will contain one map. Let's say map of string, comma string. So let's annotate this with @getter, @setter, @builder. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll get the data from the request context holder. Okay, so let's create a map here. So we'll read the data from the request and we'll set here. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll publish an event. So application event publisher dot publish event, but here we need to pass one audit event, right? So let's create an audit event object. So new audit event of, we need to pass here, let's say log data. So what we are doing here, we have created one map. In that map, we are reading the data from some data like host and user agent from the parent request, and we are adding that to the map. and after that whatever message we are getting from the controller, we are adding that message also into the map, and that map we are putting into one log data model class, and that model class we are sending as a event. Okay, so that's it. Our publisher is completed, our event is also completed. So let's write the handler. Okay, let's say audit event handler. So let's annotate this with @component. So there will be one method, let's say public void and handle event. So this will take a audit event as a input of log data will be there. What we will do, we'll call a third party services. So we will not do the third party API call, we'll just print here. Okay, whatever we are getting, we'll print here. So let's say I will print here as a JSON object. So I will use the object mapper for that. So audit event dot get data I will print here. Okay, it will say throw an exception. So let me annotate here @snakey throw. Okay, then @event listener. Okay, so whenever this event listener will get called, I want that as to be async. Okay, so that the thread will not wait to complete this event processing. Okay, so that's it. Let's go ahead and test the application, but before that we need to inject the event publisher to the controller. Let's say audit event publisher @author here publisher dot publish event of the same message will send. Okay, and the username also will send. Let's say with will send one username, whatever username we are getting, user dot get name username. Okay, that's it. Let me check again. So from controller we are calling the publish event. So whenever this publish event will get called, it will read the data from the request context holder, then it will put those data into the data map, and also whatever data we are getting as a message, we will put that as a message here inside the map, and that map will give to the log data. That log data will give to the audit event. Okay, so Spring will publish this event. So whenever this event will get published, it will give that event to the IOC container. Then IOC container will inject this event, audit event, to our handler class. So it will inject here. Then we will do the operation like we are doing the, instead of calling the third party, we are just printing that. Okay. So let's start the application and we'll see whether we are able to call this event processor or not. We are not directly calling any event handler. Spring will call this event handler. Okay. So let's start the application. The application started on 8080 port. Okay, so let's go to the Postman. So localhost 8080/users. Okay, we need to call the post endpoint. Then raw data we need to pass JSON. Username, let's say Dhananjay, and the password, let's say Dhananjay123. Okay, so let's send this. Yeah, I got the user set successfully, and let's see the console. Yeah, if you see here, we are sending the data to the security event. Okay, from the handler we are just printing, right? Instead of calling third party services, we are just printing that. Okay, so if you see, the host is localhost, the user agent is, we are calling from the Postman. Okay, the message is user saved successfully with Dhananjay.
That's all about this video. Thanks for watching this video. Meet you in the next video with a new concept.